What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Trey Sense, and we got a little bit of a review, a little bit of a discussion. You know how we do it here on the channel. I think by the time you see this video, it's going to be Tuesday. So I hope everybody had a great weekend and a good Monday. Maybe this will help you get through your Tuesday. Excuse me. Before we get started though, please consider liking, subbing if you haven't, and most definitely sharing this video. So what we're going to talk about today are sexy, seductive, and sweet smelling fragrances that I have in my collection. I managed to find 12 of them. No further ado, let's get right into it. The first one I want to talk to you about is definitely one of the cheapest on this list. It's one I used to see all the time. I haven't seen it in a while, but still, it was a very inexpensive fragrance. It's from the house of Penguin, and it's a house that I talk about a lot. And I tell you that it is a very gentlemanly fragrance house, and this is a beautiful gentlemanly fragrance, and it is Penguin's Nightcap. I had to start this video over because I got a little something caught in my throat, and it's still there. So I've already sprayed this on. I'm gonna give myself another little squirt. But this one, what you get is just a very, very sweet, sensual, sexy nightcap. I think is a great name for this. I think the bottle fits that name as well because it, it's dark, it's gradient. It just makes you want to wear it in the evening. I think it is a great date night type of scent. Would I wear this in the daytime? Absolutely, because I think you can wear any fragrance any time that you get ready. But I do think this lends itself to Netflix and chill or an evening out. I think it's just that type of fragrance. I like it a lot. From the House of Penguin, it is Nightcap. Now, it is just like the title suggests. It is super sweet, and in my opinion, it is sexy, and it's seductive. I like it. I like it a lot. From the House of Penguin, it is Nightcap. A lot of these fragrances are gonna have somewhat of the same. Give me a sip of water. I gotta cover this label because I don't know how that works. Oh, y'all excuse me, I apologize for that, but it is what it is. Your boy gotta get a drink. A lot of these fragrances are gonna have some of the same note breakdowns, and a lot of them are gonna be similar. Probably more similar than any other video that I've done, with the exception of one or two. And it's because, again, they're sweet, they're sexy, and they're seductive, alluring type of fragrances. So they're all gonna have a lot of iris, a lot of cardamom, notes like that in there that give them that sweet effect. Okay. All right, that was Penguin Nightcap. That is one you definitely need to check out if you're looking to fill a buggy or something. I'll show it to you one more time. If you're looking to fill a buggy, if you're shopping on a gray market, or if you run across this at Burlington somewhere, this is one you definitely want to get, guys. It smells really, really nice. It definitely doesn't smell like a $12 or $13 fragrance, I'll tell you that. And for 100 mils of it, I know it was way less than 20. I want to say it was between $10 and $15. Okay, the next one used to get a lot of talk about 5 years ago. Everybody wanted it, and I guess it was because a certain fragrance reviewer, Jeremy Fragrance, talked about it all the time, so everybody was clamoring to get it. It does smell good. I don't know what tiramisu smells like, but I know what this smells like. From the House of Salvatore Ferragamo, it is Wumo, which Wumo means man in Italian. And again, this is one that I have sprayed on. I'm not gonna spray this again. What you get with this one is a sweet, cakey type of vibe. I pick up on something that's like a little bit of coffee running through the bottom of the fragrance. Definitely smells good, but it's definitely a sweet, sexy, seductive, alluring type of fragrance. Nobody's gonna tell you that you smell bad with this. This is one I think you will need to be careful with though, because it is a room filler. It is a good projecting fragrance. It is a very strong fragrance, and I can see this getting away from you if you wore it at the wrong time or sprayed too much of it. I like this in the fall when the leaves start to change and you get that crispness in the air at night. The temperature gets about 50, 55 degrees at night. Love it. Love it, love it. A nice little fall chill. That's when I think this fragrance does best. Can you wear it in the summer? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you would definitely need to be more mindful of your sprays in that situation. From the house of Salvatore Ferragamo, it is Wumo. Where do I go from here? Okay. Let me check something real quick. Okay. From the house of Hannah Marie, it is him. And of course, this is the EDP. And this one is the definition of sweet and sexy and alluring. These have been discontinued. I don't think they went up in price yet, but if I were you and you like this fragrance, I would get it and go ahead and get a backup bottle of it because I just think that you should. Good smelling fragrance. It smells really good. This is one of those on this list, though it is a sweet fragrance, it's not a syrupy sweet like the two that I just sprayed, like the what was that, the Penguin and the Salvatore Ferragamo. Those are way sweeter than this one, but this one is sweet with a little bit of spice. I guess it's more of an oriental spice in this one, but still, to me, it comes across as a sweet fragrance, especially in the dry down, sweet, woody, oriental spicy. Great little fragrance right here. This is a perfect example of you don't have to spend a lot of money to smell good and to smell like you did spend a lot of money. Great fragrance. If you don't have this or you've never tried this, definitely pick up this and the EDT. The EDT smells like Gucci Per Home 2. Draws a lot of similarities to that. This is just a good smelling fragrance. I like it. I like it a lot. From the house of Hannah Marie, it is him. That smells really nice. Good fragrance right there. When you first spray it, you're gonna get hit with that oriental spice up top. As it dries down, the sweetness comes in later, but it does turn into a really sweet fragrance. This next one is from a house that I really enjoy. I definitely enjoy this line, and it has seduction in the name. And it is from the house of Guess, and it is Red Seduction. I like this fragrance. It was a gift, and this is a compliment getter. I will be honest with you. I did not catch this the first 1 or 2 times that I wore this fragrance, but about the 3rd time I wore it, when you look at that bottle, what do you think of other than the San Francisco 49ers and their run of champions and being champions? What do you think of? What other popular fragrance out there is rocking these colors? That's right, Baccarat Rouge 540. Is it a direct clone? No, it's not. They walk up to it and then kind of turn just a little bit. This is a little bit spicier than 540, but extremely similar. Is this the projector and the monster of a fragrance to 540? Is no. But does this give you the same scent profile? To my nose, in my opinion, yes. It gives you that exact same scent profile. And every time I move this hand, that penguin is really showing out. That is a really good fragrance. Listen to me now. Believe me later on. Pick up that penguin. And you already know about the Hannah Marie. And the tiramisu is doing this thing over here too, Mr. Salvatore Ferragamo. But this little gem right here, when I smell this off the atomizer, I'm instantly reminded of 540. Again, it's a little bit more toned down. So if 540 and its clones are too loud for you, or if you think I like 540, but it's just a little bit too feminine for me, give this a try. Give this one a try. It may just do the trick for you because, again, it has a similar sweetness, but at the same time, there's something in it that makes it way more spicy. And to me, it gives it the same profile and DNA, but gives it more masculinity. I really like this fragrance. I really do. I think if somebody other than Guess had put this out, then, you know, I think y'all would be clamoring for it, and I think everybody would be talking about it. But from the house of Guess, it is Red Seduction. Like that fragrance. I'm gonna take another little sip of water here. And I apologize for drinking because I know that Mike is gonna pick all of that up, but we family. It is what it is. You already know when you come to my channel, you don't get the perfect reviewer, you get the honest reviewer. So it is what it is. All right, man, where do I go from here? I don't understand why this fragrance doesn't get more talk. From the House of Cuba. And it is definitely a sweet, sweet fragrance. It is Prestige Legacy. And again, you see with the levels, I threw the top away of this one because it had that ridiculous plastic cigar looking top, and I absolutely hated it. But nonetheless, I like this fragrance. Oh man, that is sweet. Really, really sweet. And I'll just be honest with you. I think this is their version because, you know, the first Cuba fragrances, whether they came out first or after other fragrances, they were very similar to other popular fragrances like A-Man and all of that. This one to me is eerily similar to Gucci Guilty, which is fine by me because I absolutely love Gucci Guilty. I think it is a great sweet fragrance as well, but nonetheless, so is this one. If you see this out, are you just looking for a Gucci Guilty clone or something that is just very, very sweet, sexy, alluring, easy, and inexpensive? Then give Cuba Prestige Legacy a try. I think you will like it. Very inexpensive fragrance. And again, guys, you see the levels on these. I'm not just talking to you about wearing these inexpensive fragrances. I actually wear them, and you know I have a lot of fragrances in my collection, and I can wear whatever I want, but I choose to wear a lot of these because they smell good, and honestly, they're some of my most complimented fragrances, Cuba Prestige Legacy. And since we're mentioning Gucci Guilty, we may as well go with one. I had clones of this for years and finally got the original in my collection, and I'm glad that I did, and it is Gucci Guilty. And this is the EDT. This is an older batch, and I can tell by the way that the bottle is. I think the newer bottles don't have the metal, but again, this is just a nice, sweet, easy to wear fragrance. This is a compliment monster. A little bit of a difference between the Gucci and the aforementioned Cuba Prestige Legacy. This has a little bit more of a clean vibe to it, and it's a little bit more refined and smoother around the edges. However, pound for pound, they both smell really, really good. Now, as this one dries down, again, just like, which one was it that I sprayed? Just like the Hannah Marie, the longer this stays on your skin, to me, the more it sweetens up. The sweetness really comes in the back half in the dry down, but goodness gracious, is this a sweet, sexy, and alluring fragrance? I think so. All of these would be great for evening out, for a date night, just Netflix and chill, cuddle time, whatever you want to call it. Taking it to Pound Town, the Boom Boom Room, whatever, baby. All of these fragrances will do the trick. I really like this fragrance. I used to wear a clone of this. I cannot remember the name. It may have been Strike, but I think it was made by Parfums Decor. Seems like I sent it to JP because I just wanted him to smell it. Especially once I got this, I was just like, I want you to smell this and see how close it is to Gucci Guilty. And it was a little bottle about this big, and I used to get it at Kmart before they went out, maybe CVS or Rite Aid, one of them, but it was really, really expensive. It used to come in a 4-pack. I could get the whole 4-pack for $7, and it had a Blue de Chanel clone and a Gucci Guilty clone that I kept, and it also had a Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce clone in it as well, and all three of them used to get me monster compliments. I had to go to my lawyer's office one time, and I had one of them on, and I walked in, and she stopped and was like, "You smell so good." And it was a $3 little cologne. I mean, again, guys, you don't have to spend a lot of money to smell like you did. But this and the aforementioned Salvatore Ferragamo, Wumo are probably the two most expensive fragrances on this list. Yeah, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say they're the two most expensive fragrances on this list. And neither one of them are astronomical. This, what, 50, 60 bucks. And then the same thing for the Wumo. If you find that at the rack store, you can easily pick it up for, 40, 50 bucks. So, I mean, they're not out of this stratosphere, especially with everything dropping today. Dropping with $130, $140, $50 price tag. To still be able to get a quality fragrance under 50 bucks or around the $50 mark, I don't think it's too bad. Sweet, sexy, and alluring. Gucci. Guilty. Okay. This next one is a modern type of sweet. And this, in the name of it, has a note that I left off, and I should have mentioned it, because most really, really sweet fragrances are gonna have this in the name as well. From the House of Banana Republic. Not sure if this is part of the Icon line or not. I thought everything in this bottle was, but I don't know. From the House of Banana Republic, it is tobacco and tonka bean. Beautiful bottle, beautiful presentation. I like the simplicity of it, the purple and the black, see-through. I mean, this sucker right here has to be unisex. It is a creamy tonka bean, a smooth, creamy tonka bean, and it is super, super sweet. This is not going to be for everybody. This is not a mass appealing fragrance. It's not going to be for everybody. Does it smell good? Yes. Is it going to be for everybody? As I've said, no. It's not going to be for everybody. Does it smell good? Yes. Yes. Is it one that you can pump 50 sprays on? No. Is it one that I think you could wear in the high heat? You could. I wouldn't. I think just like every other fragrance on this list, whether you can wear them in the daytime or not, I think they shine better in the evening. And this is one that I think is no exception to that. Nighttime, sweats, maybe still a hoodie, depending on where you live, a long sleeve tee, or just, you know, a t-shirt and shorts, whatever. Can you dress this fragrance up? Absolutely. I think if you were to dress this fragrance up, it would come across as whatever he's got on is probably expensive because it's got that vibe. And I'm telling you, every time I move this hand, I smell that penguin. But nonetheless, from the House of Banana Republic, it is tobacco and tonka, and this is a beautiful, beautiful scent. My boy JP sent me this. I have seen this a few times at Burlington for $24.99, and it is well worth that price. Tobacco and tonka bean. All right, got a few more left. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 left for you. This one, I don't think it's an overly expensive fragrance, but I think it's going to be around that $35 to $40 price range as well. I don't think it'll be 50, but it's from the House of Roberto Cavalli, and it is Roberto Cavalli Wumo Silver Essence. And this fragrance doesn't get a lot of talk, and there's a line of these fragrances, and hardly any of them get any talk. Man, the combination of that Salvatore Ferragamo Wumo and that Penguin Nightcap, those two together, I may have to layer those one day. Those two together. Well, wait a minute now. Oh, that's the Hannah Marie and the Penguin. But that Penguin right here is really shining. It's really shining. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I like it more and more and more. But anyway, sorry. Roberto Cavalli Wumo Silver Essence. This one is a sweet, sexy, seductive, and alluring fragrance, but it leans more spicy. I'm trying to think, do I have any more skin left to, well, 12 fragrances, I can't possibly spray them all on skin. But I like this. This one just has more spice. It has more spice. It does dry down to a very sweet, and again, sexy, seductive, and alluring fragrance. But it definitely is a little bit more spicy. I got this maybe in a trade, and it was probably one of the most redundant trades that I've ever done. I traded with JP, and I think I want to say I traded him Salvatore Ferragamo Wumo Signature, and the two fragrances are very similar. When I got it, I was like, we didn't do nothing but I would rather have this because it's just a more unique fragrance. It's not many people that know about this or wear this, but this is a compliment getter. Definitely sexy, definitely nighttime, definitely alluring, but at the same time masculine, but it's definitely sweet. Yeah, this is one that you definitely need to get your hands on. Good performing fragrance, good projection, good sillage, good longevity, everything that you need in the fragrance. I also think it's great for a guy my age, which is late 40s. I like it a lot. From the house of Roberto Cavalli, it is Silver Essence, Wumo or Wumo Silver Essence, whichever one you want to say. Put this over here so I don't get it confused with the rest of them. This is one, and it's from a house that I really like, and I don't understand why it doesn't get more love in the community. It is from the house of Dunhill, and it is Dunhill Man. And this is a good one as well. And this one is cardamom, maybe, is that a word, cardamom? It's got a little bit of a cardamom vibe with some iris maybe. Because it's sweet, a little spicy and powdery, but it smells really good. I'm wondering if this is similar to Dior. Is that Dior Home? Yeah, maybe Dior Home. But nonetheless, and this is an inexpensive fragrance. You can pick this up for about $25 or $30, and it smells really good. This may be one of the best fragrances that Dunhill has, not in the Icon line. I know they've released some recently that are a little bit more expensive, or there's another line or something from Dunhill that's a little bit more pricey and some pretty bottles and all of that stuff, whatever. But this fragrance right here, don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it. Again, sexy, sweet, seductive, great for the nighttime, great for a night out. I think it would be perfect for a date. Perfect date night fragrance. I could see this being a signature scent as well. It just works. It just really smells good. A little bit of cardamom, a little bit of iris. I like it. I like it a lot. Sweet, slightly powdery, a little bit of masculinity. The dry down in this is really nice. Listen to me now, believe me later on. Pick this one up. I think you will like that one. Dunhill Man. All right. Got 3 more. This next one is really sweet. And it comes from a classic line. This house has a lot of fragrances, but honestly, it's only really known for one. It's only really known for one fragrance. It has a lot of good fragrance, and this is a flanker. The house is Davidoff. The fragrance is Cool Water, and it is Cool Water Intense. Levels right there. I got this one used though. I like this, and this is just really sweet. And this is a parfum concentration. Oh man, that's so good. That is so good. Green, aquatic, sweet. More green than aquatic, but green and sweet is what you get with this bad boy right here. And beastly is an understatement. Beastly. This is a beastly fragrance. So be careful if you have this and you decide to wear it because old Trey Sense told you about it. I brought it back to your attention. Be careful with it. Does it smell good? Yes, I love it. I really do. It's almost like it's got just a touch of mint that wants to run through the bottom of it. But man, that smells good. That smells good. I think I like this a little bit better than I do Cool Water Parfum, but they're both good. But intense, very slept on, very underrated fragrance. While we're talking about Davidoff, another one, Run Wild, is a fragrance from Davidoff. Overlooked, underrated fragrance. That's a good one as well. But we're not talking about that one. We're talking about this one. Sweet, sexy, alluring fragrance with good longevity, good projection. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it does exactly what it's supposed to do. This next one is one that I like as well. And the first time I smelled this fragrance, I was shocked at how good it was. I've given away several decants of this fragrance to people that I'm just trying to introduce to fragrances, and everybody that I give this to, they love it. From the house of Armaf. And Armaf did what Armaf does with this one. They put a beautiful fragrance in a ridiculous bottle. I don't know, maybe they got these bottles on sale or nothing, but this is Futura, and this is the EDP. Everybody that I've made a sample of this goes, I like that one. And I'm just like, what do you mean that one? The one with the, and I'm like, what did the, because I write it on the paper form when I put it on the decant. But this just smells good. Super, super mass appealing. And it's an unintentional mass appeal. It's not mass appealing like an Ambroxany or an Isobe Super. It's just good. This is just a good, good fragrance. And again, I've given a lot of it away. If I run out of this, I will definitely rebuy it. Super, super sweet, sexy, seductive, alluring, all of that. Date night, classy, sophisticated. It's just got that swagger. This fragrance is just confidence in a bottle. I'm telling you, everybody that I've given a decant of this to has loved it. I gave it to one of my managers at work. I gave him a decant and he was just like, I love it. And my girlfriend loves it. And I said, he asked me how much was it? And I told him, I said, it's about $25. He said, for that little tube you gave me? And I gave him a 10 mil. And I said, no, for the whole bottle. He was like, oh, I was fixing to say, I won't buy it. And I'm just like, whatever. But he'll spend $800 on a gun, but that's what he likes, nonetheless. This is just good. This is good. Irisy, cardamom-y, sweet, slightly powdery, dries down really, really beautiful. The only thing I don't like is this bottle, but who cares? I do not wear the bottle. I do wear the fragrance, and it smells good. Last but not least, definitely not least, and again, this is another one that at one time was really, really popular. I like it. I'm glad to have it in my collection because one day they're not going to make this fragrance if they haven't stopped already, and I think it's going to be stellar. From the house of Perry Ellis, which you know is one of my favorite houses, and it is simply Perry Ellis M. Perry Ellis Man. Surprised he didn't name this Wumo, Perry Ellis Wumo. Atomizer sucks. Oh, that smells good. That smells nice. That. Yeah, that's it right there. That smells nice. That smells that smells good. That smells really good. Perry Ellis M, man. And this is a clone. Is it maybe Chanel Allure that this is a clone of? I don't know. But man, it smells good. It really smells good. And this is one that when I paid about $15 for this at Ross one day. I walked in there and saw it and was happy to get it. And again, this is one of those fragrances at one time that you heard about all the time. You turn on YouTube and it'd be some of you would talk about Perry Ellis M and how good it was. And now all of a sudden we just don't hear about those fragrances anymore. I would love to get in touch with the people of Perry Ellis and say, listen, you got a hit on your hands with this M. Here's what you need to do. Go back to the lab with it. Don't change a lot about the scent profile. Let's use a really high quality oil, okay? Give it a little bit more longevity and a little bit more projection. Let's keep the same scent profile, and you have got a winner of a fragrance here. Now, I also could have put Trussardi's Riflesso on this list. I talk about that one all the time, and of course, Dolce & Gabbana, EDT, the one EDT or EDP could have made this list. Again, we talked about Polo, any of the Polos. Polo Reds could have made this list. Polo Red Extreme could have made this list. Polo Red Intense, because they're all sweet fragrances, but they're not necessarily seductive or alluring. These right here are just, to my opinion, super sexy, seductive, alluring fragrances. And this is one of my favorites. From the house of Perry Ellis, it is Perry Ellis M. Perry Ellis, if you're watching, not the Perry Ellis, but people from Perry Ellis, think about doing M, the Parfum concentration. I think that would be a stellar and a banger of a fragrance. Anyway, my nose has smelled a lot of fragrances today, so I apologize for any coughing, water drinking, or anything I may have done to offend anybody while filming this video, but I assure you, no animals were hurt during the making of this video. Anyway, this is going to be a long one, so I thank all of you who sit through it. 12 fragrances is hard to get through, but it is what it is. So with that being said, I'm not going to hold you any longer. Thank you for being the best part of my channel. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, let me know about it in the comments. And by liking the video. If you didn't, let me know in the comments. And let me know by thumbing the video down. Until next time, remember, thank you all so much for being the best part of the channel. And as always, I love you all. And may God bless you all. And until next time, guys, peace.